morning, everybody. It is midnight here on the East Coast of the United States. I'm RJSMITH, and this, of course, is Crazy News Reacts, where I find the craziest stories from around the globe and bring them to you every day at midnight. So, before we get started right now, hit that like button and subscribe because I know you're going to like this. Here we go. I'll see you on the other side.
And new today at 4 o'clock, police tell WRAL they've now identified several people involved in this shootout outside of a convenience store and gas station just off I-85 in Henderson.
Welcome to Henderson, North Carolina. Stats and statistics from Browning and Lawn, LLP, great attorneys in Henderson area. If you need one, definitely call them. So North Carolina is an open carry state, meaning you can have your gun on your hip if you aren't a convicted felon or have mental illness or other disqualifying factors, right? But if you're a convicted felon, you can face 51 to 128 months in prison. That's about 4 years and the max being 10 years. Whereas where I live, 10 years for possessing it, 20 years for shooting it, life if you hit somebody. Very different. Florida doesn't play the radio. That's why people don't come here to do crimes. They say, come on vacation and leave on probation. The population is 63% black and 27% white, and the rest having to do with other races. So something like this playing out at a gas station out in the open is one of the most serious crimes anyone can commit. Carries the most time, is seen as the most violent, and because they are shooting like this, bullets go into other houses, hit other people, and that's one of the big problems we have right now. Let's go on.
Customers, you can see, ducking for cover, trying to get out of the way, escaping this rapid gunfire. WRAL's Matt Tallhelm is there live to show us what happened, Matt.
Yeah, Dan, those bullets burst through the glass here outside the Gate City food store. This was in broad daylight Saturday afternoon. More of those bullets flew across the street into the apartments you see over here. Toward those apartments, this was just 20 seconds of terror, all of it caught on surveillance camera video.
Imagine, right in broad daylight, everyone can see you, and I guess these Einsteins forgot about the surveillance cameras that seem to be everywhere. Now, the MAC-10 is a pistol submachine gun. You can fire either 9mm or 45s out of it. It is a rapid fire, and it's semi-automatic. However, these guns are being modified on the street into fully automatics. And look, prosecutors go absolutely batshit when they see shit like this. They just want to put you away. There's nothing else that prosecutors love doing more than putting people away who do shit like this in public where the community was at risk. Let's continue.
This looks like any typical gas station stop. Cars pulling up to fill up. But look closely as this guy in a blue jacket gets out of the white car parked at the pump with a long gun tucked in his pants. As he walks toward the Gate City food store, the gunfire begins. From another angle, you can see him jump back as a barrage of bullets shatter the glass door. He then whips out the gun and returns fire, along with another man who gets out of the white car, gun at the ready.
Unbelievable. The guy was going to walk into the store with the MAC-10 in his pants hanging out for everybody to see. I mean, you couldn't be more obvious than these guys. Open carry, I do not believe is allowed if you're discharging the goddamn weapon, right? I mean, the way the two of them just shot, anyone could have been killed. And we hear about it every day, folks. North Carolina prison is one of the most restrictive. And I tell you right now, that's where they're headed.
They fire toward West Andrews Avenue as a blue SUV speeds away, and a man in a dark sedan at a nearby pump runs in the same direction. A customer trying to escape the store falls to the ground to crawl away. Cars driving by turn around to avoid the shootout. The bullets flew across the street, piercing the side of the North Henderson Heights apartments. Neighbors describe dropping to the ground as they heard the rapid pops of gunfire. One woman tells me she pushed her grandkids onto the floor behind a couch to shield them from the chaos. None of them wanted to talk with us on camera out of fear for their safety, but they want this violence to stop before an innocent bystander gets caught in the crossfire.
about this elderly man who came out of the door and fell multiple times because his legs just wouldn't hold him. That's fear. When fear grips you like that, your legs get wobbly, you hardly can walk. These guys are dumb and dumber. I mean, I've never seen anything quite so insane. I mean, imagine being in that store or across the street in those apartments. Your kid is just by the window hanging out. Boom, he gets shot. I mean, this kind of stuff should not be happening. How do these two guys get 2 MAC-10s with long clips? Explain that one to me. You know, all 4 guys were arrested and they were charged with assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill, discharging a firearm into an occupied building, and discharging a firearm within city limits. This is why so many people call for gun control, but there is gun control. There's no way to stop this. You know why? They don't buy their guns legally. They buy them off the street. Just look at all the gun shop robberies around the country. Those guns end up on the street. Trust me, someone who has experience with all this kind of stuff. In any other state, these guys probably would get an automatic life sentence. But North Carolina, 10 years, unless they do consecutive sentencing, and they can end up with maybe, 15, 20. Really sad, very dangerous. Whew. Glad I was able to bring you this one, guys. Can you get any more crazy news than this? That's all I want to know. Hit that like and subscribe, and this way when you come back tomorrow, you will be a subscriber, and I will be so appreciative. Like, subscribe, come back and hang out. See you right back here at midnight tomorrow.